Geometry OST Spring 2022 released items number 5. It says Greg buys a single coffee every weekday. He determines that the probability he will buy a coffee on a random day in a 28-day period is 20 out of 28. Greg also looks at the weather records for the 28 days and sees that the temperature was above 24 degrees Celsius on 7 of the 28 days. Greg determines that the probability that the temperature will be above 24 degrees and that he will buy coffee is 5 out of 28. Select a phrase and a word to complete the sentence, identifying the effect of the average daily temperature when it was above 24 degrees and Greg purchasing coffee on a random day. So this is a question of independence or not, right? So when it says identify the effect, what we're going to do is we're going to test for independence. So we're given the probability that he will buy coffee is 20 out of 28. Now that actually simplifies if we divide by 4, 5 out of 7, right? 5 out of 7, okay? And then the probability that the temperature was above, so greater than 24 degrees, I could do that better, sorry. So the temperature, so greater than 24 degrees Celsius, was 7 out of 28. And again, we can divide that by 7 to get 1/4, right? So then we say that, then he gives us that the probability that the temperature was above 24 degrees Celsius and he buys a coffee was 5 out of 28. So to test for independence, we're going to use this rule. It's the multiplication rule for independent events. If two events are independent, then the probability of A times the probability of B should equal the probability of A and B. Okay? So if this comes out, if it turns out that when we multiply these two probabilities, we get the same probability that they're given here, then they're independent. There is no effect. But if not, then they're dependent and there's effect. So let's see. So A, let's let event A be getting coffee. So 5/7 times 1/4. And does that come out to be 5 over 28? Well, 5 times 1 is 5. 4 times 7 is 28. That equals 5 over 28. This checks out, which means that this equation does work, and these two events are independent, which should mean that there should be no effect of the temperature and if he gets coffee or not. Let's see what our choices is. If the average daily temperature, it is less likely, or equally likely, again, because there's no effect, it's equally likely that he will buy coffee because the two events are independent. So let me take that writing away real fast so you could see, right? So again, the choice is, it is equally likely because that formula worked out that Greg will buy coffee because the two events are independent.